start on what has already been for them a very long wait. But what they've tried to do, the authorities, is foster a sense of community along the way. And so the line has actually been divided up as it goes down the River Thames. It's going to last possibly for something like 30 hours for those who are joining at the end, some 3 miles down this river. But all along the way there are stewards, there are faith stewards. People here are, yes, waiting in line for an event, but they're also in mourning. I've been watching, very, very moved to watch a group behind me here watching the procession on their mobile phones, sharing one phone among a group. They don't know each other, with tears in their eyes, watching this happen, because they feel very much like this is a moment where they're going to see a family member lying in state. It's not just the leader of the nation, not just the monarch, not just the Queen, but someone who they feel very, very personally connected to. Many of the people who are lining up here are actually in mourning clothes, and so for them this is an incredibly somber moment, and we've heard waiting 10, 12, 15, maybe 30 hours. She was our Queen for 70 years.
We really appreciate that, James. And Robert Jobson, it's extraordinary when you think about the history of this moment. We know the Queen Mother was at Westminster. Thousands, tens of thousands paid their respects as she lay in state. But Queen Elizabeth II will be the first sovereign since her father in 70 years to be at Westminster. These are extraordinarily rare moments that the UK, the people of Britain, witness, and they're about to witness it again.
It really is history unfolding before our eyes. I mean, we can see these wonderful colour images here now, but this is exactly what we would have been seeing at the King George VI's funeral all those years ago. And the emotion then was all about a man who led a nation through a war. The emotion now, I think, is a woman who led us through peace, but somebody who really did command total respect around the world, somebody who was on the throne when Stalin was still leader of the Soviet Union, when she's met so many presidents from Truman onwards. She's somebody who has been in all our lives for so long that it is a moment not just for Britain to mourn, but for the world to mourn.
The sound of the marching bands and Big Ben in the background. And the family, led by the new king, King Charles III, behind his mother. And Victoria, as we heard Robert saying there, the history of this moment and what the Queen helped the people of the United Kingdom usher in all of the changes along the way. To think that when she began, Winston Churchill, Harry Truman, and all of the U.S. presidents that she met since then, the famous images, the dancing with Gerald Ford, the riding horseback with Ronald Reagan, dinners, high tea with the Clintons, dinners with the Obamas and former President Trump. She witnessed so much change, and as a head of state, she made sure that that relationship with the United States remained very strong.
She absolutely did. So many historical moments there with the Queen and US presidents throughout the years, absolutely. And I think it's incredibly poignant, as you say. Winston Churchill was her first Prime Minister. And then just 2 days before she died, she brought in her 15th Prime Minister, who turned out, of course, to be her last. I think you speak about her relationship with the US there, her relationship with countries all over the world, and this incredible visibility that she had globally. She visited more than 100 countries throughout her reign, formed those personal relationships. And we see, even in her death, just how visible she still planned to be. I think when she came back to Buckingham Palace here last night in that state hearse, it was lit up. It was dark, but the hearse was lit so that people could see her coffin. We see this long, slow procession today, giving more people the opportunity to come and catch a final glimpse of the woman whose motto was, "I have to be seen to be believed."
And as they approach Westminster, let's watch and listen.
Barrack Party, prepare to receive. Receive. Barrack Party, 6 paces outwards, march. Stand still. Barrack Party, prepare to turn. Prepare to raise. Raise. Barrack Party, inwards. Turn. Barrack Party, prepare to turn. Turn. Barrack Party, slow, march. In, out, in, out, in, out. Oh, Lord, thou hast searched me out and known me. Out. Thou knowest my downsittings and my uprising. Thou understandest my thoughts long before.
Elizabeth II, now in Westminster Hall, where the people of the United Kingdom, the people of London will be able to pay their respects. The family, as you can see, this is our first time seeing images of the extended royal family gathered there at Westminster. The choir of Westminster Abbey and the choir of His Majesty's Chapel Royal, St. James Palace, are singing Psalm 139 as the Queen entered Westminster. The Queen's children now joined behind the coffin. You can see Queen Consort Camilla at King Charles III's side. Victoria, extremely powerful to see the family together now.
Extremely powerful moment, David, to see the Queen's coffin lying there in Westminster Hall, the beginning of her lying in state. There will be a short service now conducted by the Archbishop of Canterbury. And then her body will lie for the public to come through and pay their respects. And I think this will be an incredible next few days when we will really get to see just how powerful the relationship was between Queen Elizabeth II and her people. Those queues expected to extend for miles as people wait to have their moment in person. We now live, David, in the digital age, but this is not something that can be experienced digitally. People will be queuing to have that personal moment, be part of this moment in history. 300,000 people filed past her late father's coffin in 1952. And I think at the end of these next 4 days, we will have a record that has far extended that number.
Let's listen for a moment to
And
the
if
service.
I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And whither I go, ye know, and the way ye know. Thomas saith unto him, Lord, we know not whither thou goest, and how can we know the way? Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father, but by me.
O merciful God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who is the resurrection and the life, in whom whosoever believeth shall live, though he die, and whosoever liveth and believeth in him shall not die eternally, who also hath taught us, by his holy apostle St. Paul, not to be sorry, as men without hope, for them that sleep in him. We meekly beseech thee, O Father, to raise us from the death of sin unto the life of righteousness, that when we shall depart this life, we may rest in him, as our hope is that our sister doth, and that at the general resurrection in the last day, we may be found acceptable in thy sight, and receive that blessing which thy well-beloved Son shall then pronounce to all who love and fear thee, saying, Come, ye blessed children of my Father, receive the kingdom prepared for you from the beginning of the world. Grant this, we beseech thee, O merciful Father, through Jesus Christ, our mediator and Redeemer.
Amen.
As our Saviour Christ hath commanded and taught us, we are bold to say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. O God, the protector of all who trust in thee, without whom nothing is strong, nothing is holy, increase and multiply upon us thy mercy, that thou, being our ruler and guide, we may so pass through things temporal, that we finally lose not things eternal. Grant this, O Heavenly Father, for Jesus Christ's sake. Amen.
Unto God's gracious mercy and protection we commit you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you and give you peace. And the blessing of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be among you and remain with you always. Amen.
The Archbishop of Canterbury with the blessing there at Westminster. Queen Elizabeth II will lie in state for 4 days until the funeral on Monday. I'm sure all of you at home watching have found it profoundly moving to see the family together here for the first time. You can see King Charles III, Queen Consort Camilla at his side now, Princess Kate beside Prince William, and you could see the pain on William's face during that service. Prince Harry, Duchess Meghan behind the coffin as well, along with the extended family. Deeply moving journey to Westminster, a journey that was planned by Queen Elizabeth II herself, the crown above the coffin there. We should note that Robin Roberts and I will be back in London for the funeral on Monday morning. We'll be on the air a short time before Good Morning America in the East. So we certainly hope on Monday morning you'll wake up with us as we bid farewell, along with the UK and the rest of the world, as we bid farewell to Queen Elizabeth II. We leave you here for now with this image of the family, the King, the Queen Consort, the Princes and their wives. I'm David Muir. I'll see you later for World News Tonight with the extraordinary team on the ground there in London. And our coverage continues on ABC News Live and abcnews.com. Good day.
And you have been watching ABC special coverage live from the UK. As David Muir was just saying, our next big day for services will be the state funeral coming up on Monday. We are anticipating that we'll cover up a significant portion of GMSA. We're ironing out those details this morning, but we want to welcome you to this 9 o'clock hour here in San Antonio.
That's right. It's Wednesday, September 14th, and right now it is 9:20 a.m. and 78 degrees right now, a little warmer than we started this morning.
Let's go outside right now with live cam as we transition back to Justin Horn, who is going to talk to us about weather. And again, the end of a very tricky morning commute today.
Yes, surprisingly no weather, but we had quite a few crashes out there this morning that slowed down a lot of folks on their way to work. I want to start with a picture here as we go outside, the time lapse, and some headlines as we take a look at some of those morning clouds that rolled in, and we still have some of those clouds with us at this hour. We'll see a brief reprieve from the humidity today. Some small rain chances return tomorrow, not today, but tomorrow, and we'll see some of those rain chances through the weekend. Is there a cold front in sight? Maybe, but it's too early to say. That could be coming down the line. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that. I think everyone's ready for a good cold front at this point. 76, the current temperature. Dew point is at 71. So that number has jumped up a little bit. East-southeasterly winds around 5 miles per hour. Here's the KSAT 12-hour forecast. 86 degrees noontime, 88 by 1 p.m. We're up around 93 again this afternoon. We'll call it mostly sunny with southeasterly winds anywhere from 5 to 10 miles per hour. And very quickly, too, we'll take a look at the pollen count. Bolds are moderate, 580. Ragweed, fall, elm, pigweed, all are low. We'll also take a look at traffic. It was a busy morning, as I said. Right now, all we have out there is an accident in the far west side of town near Alamo Ranch. Another one, Stone Oak Parkway in 1604. And some slowdowns around the city of New Braunfels there along I-35 with an accident there. But things have really gotten a lot better. We had I-10 shut down at one point on the far east side. We also had a shutdown on 410. But again, all of those have improved. And roads are open, and it looks like things are much, much better, guys.
Thank goodness. Thank you very much, Justin. We'll talk to you here in just a bit for your full forecast. In your morning headlines, a bill introduced to the U.S. Congress would ban abortions nationwide after 15 weeks of pregnancy.
Plus updates to the iPhone you should know about. But we are starting in Boston with an explosion on a college campus. Max Massey joins us live in the studio. And Max, what do we know right now?
Good morning, guys. Obviously a terrifying situation over there in Boston. It all unfolded at Northeastern University. Right now, still a lot of questions, but this is what we know as of this morning. The college says that a staff member suffered minor injuries after a package exploded right on the campus of Northeastern late yesterday. The Boston Police Department's bomb squad, they were called to the campus after a 911 call came in around 7:15 yesterday. Now, that 911 call stated there were 2 suspicious packages sent to the hall of the university's creative writing program. An employee opened the package. That's when it detonated. Now, that employee taken to the hospital, like we said, only minor injuries. Boston's bomb squad neutralized a second package near the city's Museum of Fine Arts. That's on the outskirts of the Northeastern campus. A Boston Police bomb squad and emergency services, they are still investigating the situation, trying to figure out why this all happened and who was responsible. Now to Capitol Hill, where Senator Lindsey Graham proposing a nationwide ban on abortions after 15 weeks. There would be exceptions in the bill, such as cases of rape, incest, and saving the mother's life. Now, Democrats already pouncing on the new proposed bill. Some Senate Republicans even slow to support Graham's proposal. Still, some analysts see it as a campaign talking point for the GOP. Now, the South Carolina Republican said that rather than shying away from the Supreme Court's ruling this summer overturning Roe v. Wade's nearly 50-year right to abortion access, Republicans, well, they're preparing to fight to make a nationwide abortion ban federal law. Right now, states still dealing with this issue of abortion. West Virginia passing a near total ban just yesterday. So speaking of yesterday, we got the latest consumer price index, and according to that index, housing costs continue to go up. They rose 0.7% in August. It might not seem a lot just for a month, but they are up more than 6% year over year. That is the largest increase since 1991. CNBC, though, reporting this morning that mortgage demands from homebuyers, that fell 29% since last year. So with these proposed interest rates surging past 6%, mortgage rates jumped significantly higher this week after the monthly inflation number came in higher than expected. I remember the 80s and 90s, we saw mortgage rates 10% or higher. Well, during the pandemic, we saw less than 3%. So the 6%, well, it is worrying investors a little bit. And, well, investors even more worried that the Federal Reserve would hike rates more than expected at the next meeting. Higher interest rates mean lower demand of mortgages, means less home buying, which could translate to lower prices. All right, so if you're like me and you haven't already, you can update your iPhone to the iOS 16. There are some cool features. We had Dylan Collins in the newsroom explain them all to me. You got a customized lock screen, undoing text, editing text, and you can even show your battery percentage all the time. Here's the thing. Apple already planning an update for the update. Company is planning to add a clean energy charging feature later this year. It's aimed at reducing the carbon footprint of all iPhones. Expected to optimize charging times for when the grid is using more sustainable energy sources. All right, next up, Mark, Steph, you guys wear sneakers?
Of course.
Okay, we all wear sneakers from time to time. I think I take good care of mine, but still, they fade and they fade fast. But now, Nike is stepping in, stepping up and helping out. They have an answer. That answer is named Bill. It's a new twist to the term cleaning bill. Now, Nike has a sneaker cleaning bot. It is called the Bot Initiated Longevity Lab, or, Bill for short. It's debuting in London, and Nike says this elaborate contraption not only cleans sneakers, it deep cleans and repairs them to give them a longer life. This is all kind of a sustainability effort. The company says teams are exploring new solutions, and they're experimenting in unexpected places, creating tools and services that help extend the life of Nike products. I remember I still have the old school Adidas from like Run DMC, and I kept them for a few good years.
Right.
But I couldn't keep them long enough.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm glad they have something like this, because usually, like, if you really want them clean, you throw them in the wash, but then you ruin them.
Right, in a way. So a car wash for your kicks.
This is better.
Look at that. We got to put you on the branding team.
That sometimes works, it sometimes doesn't.
There.
Thank you, Max. Good to see you. 926, 78 degrees. Here's a look at what's coming up next.
There's a new esports center in San Antonio filled with gaming PCs and consoles. Why the local business decided to create this space and what opportunities it's going to bring to students coming up.
9:30, welcome back. We've been reporting about schools expanding their esports programs, and now local businesses growing their presence in the world of e-gaming.
The YMCA of Greater San Antonio opened an esports center and hopes it will provide young gamers educational and career pathway opportunities.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from the D.R. Sims Family YMCA at Tri-Point with more. Tiffany, when did the YMCA launch their esports program?
Good morning. They launched all of this starting in January. The program has been very successful and there's been a lot of interest. Just check it out. This is what the outcome is. The center that was just released and shown to the public this past weekend. And what's really cool is that they've been having game nights over the past few months. To talk a little bit more about this, we have Carlos and Chris. Good morning. Carlos, talk to us about this program and how this interest started.
Yeah, so this has been about 3 years in the making. We saw programs like these opening up across the country, and the Y looked at it, and we felt like it would be a great offering here in our own backyard. And so it just gives us an opportunity to incorporate the Y's mission and our core values, and just opening up a gaming center like this will be able to meet our community needs.
Over the past few months, you all have been hosting game nights as well.
Yeah, so Chris and his crew go out remotely to other YMCAs and offer opportunities for those communities to get in and to see what we have to offer. The neat thing here is that we converted this space into an e-gaming center where we can put in these just about 20 gaming units and allow people to play.
Awesome. Chris, talk to us about this center. What can people find here?
Sure, they can find a wide variety of different games from Fortnite, Fall Guys. You know, we eventually want to get STEM curriculum instituted and start teaching like coding classes or graphic design, things that support the industry around gaming and esports. We'll also be including esport leagues, so kids will have an opportunity to come out and compete.
Have you all been having conversations with different people in the community about connecting them to this?
Oh, yes, ma'am, for sure. You know, I've been involved in esports for about 8 years, so I have connections with some of the high schools, middle schools, and even the colleges.
What is it about esports? Since you have been gaming since you were very young, what is it about it that you love?
Yeah, well, what I love is the networking opportunity and being able to interact with other people. Kind of some of the core things that we're trying to build with this is, number one, the YMCA principles: respect, responsibility, honesty, and just providing a safe place. Number two would be the life skills that you gain through esports, like teamwork, dedication, accountability, things of that nature that are important for building, you know, your character. And then also number three would be educational opportunities, because colleges are offering scholarships. They all pretty much have esport clubs or teams. And then fourth, and another great one is career pathways, because I mean, you have whole industries, and you know, you may not be a professional gamer, but your passion is gaming. There's tons of job opportunities around that gaming field. And
it's allowing them to express themselves, right, Carlos?
Yeah, it's great. We this past weekend there was an empty seat. Kids were coming out playing, and it was just great to see them trying the different games and excelling in playing games.
Who can come to this center?
Yeah, so this is open for anyone. We do offer an e-gaming access pass that's in addition to your membership, but we also allow the just general public come in. They can do so by getting a one-day pass, and it gives them access during our operating hours.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We're going to have more details on ksat.com. We'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Tiffany, thank you.
9:34, 78 degrees.
And let's take a look outside with TransGuide right now. Things were looking pretty good earlier, and right now they're moving here in this shot at I-10 and West Avenue. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Lows this morning did fall into the low 70s here in San Antonio. 71 degrees. We had some 60s on the map. Felt pretty good out there. I mean, compared to yesterday. We're splitting hairs here, but it did feel a little bit better. 68 in New Braunfels, and this was all courtesy of just some slightly drier air that worked in this morning. 63 was the low in Bernie Stage. That's not bad. 67 in Seguin. 69 over there at Randolph. And here's a look at the time lapse. We had some clouds try to roll in this morning. We've seen a few here within the last hour or so. So it is partly to mostly cloudy at the airport. 76. So temperatures are already warming up. East-southeast Julie winds at about 5 miles per hour. And you can see some of those morning clouds that have developed right there along the escarpment. But Uvalde to Hondo over to San Antonio, seeing some mostly cloudy skies this hour. We'll go mostly sunny this afternoon. We'll lose this cloud cover pretty quickly. 78 degrees in Helotes, 73 Bernie Stage right now. Already up to 81 in Castroville, 77 Stinson. You'll see quite a few 80s on this map within the next couple of hours. How about the dew points? Well, they started off a little bit lower, then they've jumped up here last couple of hours. So we've got a dew point in the low 70s, but these numbers should start to creep back down a little bit into the afternoon. I think lower 60s on tap, so that's not horrible. It's still in the humid category, but not horrible. And then they'll move back up the dew points by tomorrow, by this evening, and especially into tomorrow morning. So noontime, we'll call it mostly sunny. I think we'll lose the clouds, 86 degrees. And then by the afternoon, 93 degrees by 4 p.m., 93 at 5 p.m. with southeasterly winds anywhere from 5 to 15. Clear tonight, 8 o'clock, 85 degrees. And as we look at the big picture here, still very quiet across Texas. And really the eastern half of the country, some showers up and down the Rocky Mountains. But dry air is really kind of the story here. We've got some dry air really working into Texas. So this orange color represents that drier air that's in place today. That'll keep rain out of the picture. But as we get into tomorrow, we start to see the moisture return as high pressure moves east and we get more of a southeasterly flow. Some showers may pop up, especially as we get into Friday. And that's when we'll add in a 20% chance. And that's honestly the best chance we have throughout the 7-day forecast. Because after that, high pressure begins to build in from the west. And this kind of takes hold, I think, early next week. And that probably keeps rain out of the picture depending on where it sets up. So it's not looking great as far as rain chances go looking down the line here. I mean, there's some opportunities. 20% chance Friday. maybe the middle part of next week, some rain chances come back into play as well. We'll keep an eye on that. And if you look down the line, there are some indications maybe we can get a front. But it's just too early to say just yet. We certainly don't want to get our hopes up. But when you're talking rainfall, boy, the deficit has just been incredible. San Antonio still leads the way. We are over 14 inches below average when you're talking year to date with our yearly rainfall. So San Antonio has been kind of the hardest hit area here in Texas. Most every place has a deficit with the exception of El Paso and Brownsville. But ours really is the highest number there as far as the deficit goes. So more rain would be a great thing. Don't know that we're going to get any important rain here in the 7-day forecast. 93 degrees tomorrow, 10% chance of rain. There's that 20% chance we talked about Friday, 92. Mid-90s over the weekend, and that continues right on into next week. We'll be right back.
9:44, September is Hunger Action Month, a time to focus on advocating against hunger and helping families in and around our community.
And we have a special Hunger Action Month live stream at 2 p.m. today, hosted by Max Massey and Sarah Costa. And Max joins us live now. What can we expect?
Good morning, guys. We can expect a great conversation. We're going to have 4 live guests. We're going to have, along with the president and CEO of the San Antonio Food Bank, we're also going to have a lot of other people from the food bank. And we're going to hear from a local mother of 3 who not only used the food bank, but started her own little food bank in her own community. A great story. It's actually on KSAT.com. Shameless plug. Sarah talked to the mother yesterday. She's going to join us live today. And we're going to hear about all of the struggles right now. Not only the struggles from the food bank, but all of the issues that families in and around our community are facing, and how important not only the food bank is, but helping people out during this month, September, Hunger Action Month. And we want to let you know that there are ways to help out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull up this QR code on your screen, pull out your phone, pull out the camera, scan it. It'll take you right to KSAT.com. We have a list of the 12 most wanted food items that the food bank and RBFCU are collecting. Remember, throughout this month, throughout September, there is a number of RBFCU locations across San Antonio. You can go drop off any non-perishable item. It is so easy. You walk through the door, you drop off food, and you can walk out. They're taking donations through the end of the month. There are more than 25 locations. You go to KSAT.com. You can find all the locations, any questions you have about donations. And it's not just food. You can also donate money. Now, right now, I want to say $1 is 7 meals, but because of inflation, that $1 is really being stretched super thin. So today, like we've been talking about, we are hosting a KSAT Community Town Hall. It is called Faces of Hunger. Sarah and I hosting the live stream starting at 2 o'clock. We're going to be talking about San Antonio Food Bank, all of the programs that the nonprofit is offering. We're going to be talking about the housing that they're now starting offering, the partnership with Workforce Solution Alamo, trying to get people back to work, bringing in more money, fighting inflation, getting families up and about in the community, the need for the nonprofit, and what they're seeing because of inflation, because of all the economic turmoil, and how you can help out. So guys, 2 o'clock today on all of the streaming resources that KSAT offers. You're not going to want to miss it.
All right, sounds good. I'm glad we keep the conversation going, Max, because even though gas prices have come down, it still costs a small fortune to feed families.
Yeah, more than 90,000 people every week.
Wow.
All right, thank you, Max.
Here you are too. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We start out with a picture this morning. This is out of San Antonio. By the way, I should mention we're kind of a little out of order here because we were following the Queen's procession this morning. So we're on a different time scale, but we're heading into weather right now. And I want to show you this picture on KSAT Connect. This is the smiley sun, and it took me a second to see it, but I get it now. It's kind of the emoji. You can kind of see the sun there with the smiley face at the bottom. Very cool picture. We appreciate it as always. KSAT Connect pictures. Send it in. We'll show it. You can do that on the KSAT weather app, by the way. How many days until? We like to show this just to keep you up to date. Autumn begins in 10 days. We're almost there. And as we look at Halloween, 47 days away. Yeah, Steph with the applause. Thanksgiving, 71 days away. And Christmas, 102. So we're getting there. These are all, cold weather holidays, more or less, and we are headed in that direction. We still need one of those big fronts to come through and cool us down. Right now, we've got mostly cloudy skies, 76 degrees, 71 the dew point. East-southeasterly winds at around 5 miles per hour. Temperatures around the state, you find some pretty comfortable readings. Dallas to Waco, San Angelo, Abilene still in the 70s, 80s as you go south along the Texas coast. Corpus Christi at 85, 84 down there in Brownsville. It was a pretty nice morning, and you're heading out for the morning run, well, I know it's a little bit late for that, but if you have plans to run here for the next couple of hours, be aware that things will heat up pretty quickly. I'd say it's okay between 10 and 11. I mean, this is highly subjective. I think it's okay between 10 and 11. But as you get into the afternoon, those temperatures warm up. You're going to be dealing with some heat and maybe a little tougher to get that run in. 77 in New Braunfels, 79 Gonzales, 78 Hondo, 79 right now in Carrizo Springs. Temperatures stay in the mid to upper 70s this morning before jumping into the 80s and eventually again 90s later today. Dew point trend. Well, we have some fairly high dew points at the moment. We're up around 70, but I do think they drop off some. Some drier air aloft will mix down, and we'll get those dew points to fall off into the low 60s later today, which isn't bad, isn't great, somewhere in the middle there, but nothing overly humid. 93 the forecast high here in San Antonio. You'll find some cooler readings in the hill country, but a lot of us will be in the 90s later today. Here's the forecast. There's that dry air I mentioned surging into Texas, at least for the moment. But by tomorrow, we get moisture moving back in. 10% chance of rain Thursday. By Friday, we've got a 20% chance of rain, and then high pressure moves back over top of us by early next week, and that means more heat. 7-day forecast, 93 tomorrow, 92 Friday. Probably our best shot at rain, and then some small chances this weekend and early next week. We'll be right back.
And welcome back. It's 9:56. A quick look at the roads with TransGuide. Looking at I-10 and West Avenue, things are moving right now, so that's good news for travelers.
Yeah, no kidding, because it was a mess earlier this morning. And Justin, thanks for filling in today for Stephen.
Thank you.
Yes, glad to be there, and I'll be back tomorrow for Mike.
All right.
Okay,
See you in the
gotcha.
morning.
Yep.
Justin never leaves, really.
Yeah, you'll see him at noon, right? Bye, guys.
Have a great day.